Hey everyone, Egman here with another video. Probably once again too long since my last deck doctor video, but I've got four great decks here, and they also like theme together pretty nicely too. We've got two veggie decks, and then we've got like two kind of like Frieza's Army-esque decks. That one, the other one's a bit of a stretch, but really cool decks to go over, and really appreciate everyone who reached out to send me these to look over. So let's start off with Hopelicities. That's his name in the Discord. His Veggie Pan deck. So if we take a look. So the idea for this one is just to be able to get so if you don't know what the Veggie package is, it started with like set 3. Pretty much they had the Saiyan Teamwork Kaba as a dash promo. Or dash pack promo, and it's really good because when you play it, you're able to look the top seven or 10. I think it might even be 10. Is it 10? Top 10, yes, for a Kale or Khalifa card. If it's a Khalifa, you can play it for free, and if it's Kale, you just add it to your hand. And then also reduces the energy cost and specific energy cost, green energy cost of any of your Kales and Khalifas by 1. And so this is like set 3, and I say that because they don't really future-proof their game. They're like, oh, we're just gonna make cards for a year or so. But then the game kept getting popular. So the Kaba works with any of the Khalifas and Kales, and so you get to do some like cheap little things. So you can use the Saiyan Teamwork Kaba to get this Bold Super Saiyan 2 Khalifa for free, which is a big 20k. But not only that, but Khalifa gets to look at the top 7 for a Universe 6 card with I think 20k, 15k power or less. So you're able to get any of these sister attacks, or even a Kaba itself. So for 2 energy, you can get all that out. It's really good at doing that. So that's very scary. And it's really does that combo, because originally you just had this 2-drop Kaba or Khalifa and this 4-drop Kale, and so you could play this Khalifa for free, and then it's a big 2-drop 20k that also pings your life, so helps self awaken. And there's also this Kale which you could play next turn for 3 energy, and it has critical, it helps your hand, and it blows up a bunch of your opponent's stuff. So that's the big old idea with these guys. So the biggest thing I'd say right off the back is that I don't think the secret rare belongs in here, and only because for this deck, the first 2 energy you'll be charging will be green if you want to get your Saiyan Teamwork Kaba out, and this Frieza only works if you have 5 red, I believe, yes, because it has 5 specific costs, so that's something to think about. And going over from there, I'm not really sure about this Terra Scythe Goku Black. Traditionally, this Terra Scythe used to be really good because you could put it in. The original leader for these veggie decks was the yellow Ginyu, and mostly because it has Frieza's army, so it have Cold Bloodlust, but also because Shugesh was running rampant, and all these are Saiyans with 3k, or it just has to be energy cost of 3 or less, right? So all these are 3 or less, especially with Kaba reducing the Kale to be a 3-drop. Like, that's dangerous. And then also Goku Black is great because you can just get an extra 15k of combo for free, right? So it turns a Shugesh and 1 card into 25k of combo, so it makes it like a super duper combo pretty much. But I don't really see it being too helpful in this one, just because you'd have to hard cast it, and that's not as cheap, right? So you can't do that. What else would be good? So I'm not seeing any Overwhelm stuff, and I think that would be a little good. So like if you can think of like either like the Trunks are the Supreme Kai of Time that looks at the top couple cards of your deck, you could add 1 to your hand. It's also 15k, so you can get Pan's effect going off, so that will be really good. I'm not really sure if Pan is the best leader for this. She does get a lot of advantage, and it does help this red-green archetype, but yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, I think Pan's great, and being able to run after image technique and is that all you got, it can also be really good. But is that all you got will probably not be online until turn 3. Once again, you have to charge 2 green. That's a bit of a steep thing, but I think it's good. I'd say, what would be better? So if you want some more green, I think something that'd be good is like Surprise Attack Frieza. I'm actually going to jump into the other deck we have here. We've got the other Veggies one, and so this one's by Daniel, who sent it to me, and he also actually played against this, and it seemed really strong as long as I didn't Cold Bloodless his Kabas, right? And so that's something you can maybe think of if you need those two to exist. My Achilles Zone might be something worth in the main. I mean, it's not terrible, and it's only one matchup, so it definitely should be in your sideboard. But playing two for Kaba and that not working out feels really bad. But something else he did was he put in the 5-drop Gogeta from the expansion set. We're kind of almost on that meta. I'd say there's not a lot of big tournaments between now and this expansion set releasing, besides Dallas this weekend. But I think this would be a really, really good ad for this deck. What I was talking about earlier, we'd have all these kind of like confliction, like, man, we have to charge 2 green to get Kaba out, but the rest of the Saiyans are red, and so there's some kind of reverse synergy there. Not with this card. This card's really good. If you get this turn 1 and charge it, you'd be really you're sitting pretty good with it. Actually, let me look at the other the Broly again. I want to make sure I can see what that. Nope, not that one. Go to edit. Go to build deck. Because I'd even consider running like this one as well. So you have to evolve it if you play it for real. Let's see. When this card attacks me, choose one of your red or green battle cards in your battle area. Switch to rest mode. This card gains power equal to the total power of that card. Switch to rest mode. Triple strike, and this can't be KO'd. And what's the green brawl? It's a 4-drop. Where is he? There he is. When you play this card, if there's a card that is both red and green, and in your energy, draw one. Then your opponent chooses one card in their hand, place in their drop. When you play this card, choose one of your opponent's battle cards and KO it. That could be good. So yeah, I could see like this could be a really good thing for this leader. Just you don't even have to run that many of these. Sometimes like I'm running in a Bojack version. I have just one Janemba just because you really need to have this on turn 1 for energy purposes, and it feels good. So I could see like running 1 or 2 of these Broly's just in case. You're probably not going to get him out for the real way to get him, but I still think he'd be pretty good. But going back to it, what else would be good? The Chiles kind of seem weird, and this deck doesn't have a turn 1 play either. I just noticed that there's no thing to do on turn 1. I'd say the best thing, like we could take a page out of this book. I'd say that Trunks Bridge to the Future would be a great turn 1 play, just because you're able to search for your Saiyans. You really need your Kaba turn 2, and then also this Gogeta's a Saiyan, and so if you need to find this on turn 1 or 2, this would be really good for that. I don't think Chile's really doing anything for this deck, so I think that's suspicious. Scientist Fu is the overwhelm card he added. I think that's fine. I think. What else would we use to? Would there be anything that we could use to abuse Super Saiyan Gogeta? Not really. I think we're good here. I really think this deck is really solid. I think the idea of making those red green veggies and putting this in here is great. I think this is a really novel idea and could be really successful. So thank you for showing me that. I think that's it. Both of them, if they could do, if they want like a little bit more oomph, I guess, is that they could put in. There's the free blocker Kale, the 2-drop. Let's see. Oh, I keep going to visual view. My bad. So if we look at the like other Universe 6 cards we have, let's see, Era Universe 6. There we go. So we've got this Champa, but we don't have that leader. That is a god or that. We've got this other Kale. You can play this card for free, so it's a free blocker. That could be good if we need it. That could help out the meta. And there's also these. Let me see. Any of these Kefla is good. I mean, this Kefla could be really good on like a really good finisher for the Pandex, just because you get a plus 5k already and it's a dual attack, and so you're starting off with like a 35k drawing 2. So that could be something necessary. And if you're just swarming the board, I could see that being more really good. I'd say this would probably make more sense in Pan, but if you do that for Pan, you would probably want to add some more of the free Kales and then go from there. I think that's it. This Kefla doesn't really do anything. Yeah, that's pretty much it. In green, yeah. So I'd say something to consider is this Kefla. I think it can be good for finishing the game, and you get some synergy, right? And since it's what Union Bator, right? Yeah. So you can like swing with a Kale, swing with a with a Khalifa, and then Union Patar after that, and then it comes back and unstands, and then go from there. So I think that's really good. But I really like both these decks, and I think Veggies have a chance to rise again. You just have to kind of find the right archetype, and I think there's kind of like a lot of like side support that just happens. But I think that's about it. So I'd say for this one, take this out for the 1-drop Trunks. I don't think this 2-drop Chile does a lot. I mean, I guess it does get some benefit from the Awakened side of the leader, just because it's able to pop once per turn something with 10k or less, so that could actually be pretty good. And then you get some surprise attack Frieza synergy there. This deck needs just something to do on turn 1, to be honest. Unless you expect to find this every game on turn 1, and I guess that could be a thing too, right? If you're trying to find this for turn 1 every game, you're not gonna have a turn 1 play, and so you don't care about it. Yeah, whatever. That kind of makes sense. I could see it, but really cool. And also, I think the other thing is this is really good also, because if you combo with something with red and green, you can pay a red to play this for free during the combo phase and blow up something with 4 or less. So that's super powerful. But enough about these Veggies. Thank you guys so much for sending me these, and let's go next to so this is My Hero Steven Skillless Broly. This is not like the original version he sent me, and I know that he's been working on it for the last couple weeks, and hopefully I'm not. He told me I could look at it and show it to people, so hopefully I'm not ruining his spice, and that still stands. But something that I originally saw that I originally suggested was these Training Buddy Krillin. I thought this was really good for, he wasn't originally running this, and your Broly is black, so you get to use this. That's the only kind of restrictive thing for this card, but that can be really good, just being able to get a 20k crit from Goku. I think that's powerful. And then he's also running some like Dimension Support Trunks. And I know that he's not running Surprise Attack Frieza. I think Surprise Attack Frieza would be really good in this deck, like really good. It has a lot of synergy. You're running all these Supreme Kais, so being able to do some hand control stuff is nice. And what else? I think I'd say that in the side you'd want to run the Krillin that drops 2, or a 2-drop that can get rid of Tau, because there's no answer to Tau necessarily in this, but I think that's a big deal. They're running Dark Power Black Mass Saiyan. Of course, like, Android 8 is always a possibility, especially because it's so stinking strong sometimes with being able to just blow up for free, almost, but I think it's okay without it. I'd like to see how the Endless Evolution Broly chain's going. I think the deck, like, this is really strong, and something else I could see being necessary for this, and this could be more cheese than actually helpful, but let's go back to Visual View. So this Broly, not Visual View, Edit Mode. I keep doing that. So something with this Broly leader is that, so on the Awakened side, on the Unawakened side, when this card swings, you put 1 of your life, you put in your drop area, and then after that, your opponent drops 1 card. So it's it's like a +1. It's a +0 instead of a +1, and you take a life. So it's kind of older. I think if it was like just take 1 life and then blow up one of your opponent's cards in hand, I think it would have been okay. Because if like you look at like the yellow Broly right now, it's a +2 technically and Awaken. But anyways, besides that, we've got let's see. I was looking at the green. Yeah. There's the Chile that comes out for free. Let's see. There we go. It's this Speedy Entrance Chile right here. So you can only have 1 of these in your play for a battle area, and then also when your opponent battle card is KO'd, activate this skill. If your leader card is a green, you may play this card from your hand. So since this card comes out for free, and when stuff gets blown up, and guess what? You're blowing up a lot of stuff with this leader. I don't think I said the backside. Here, let's talk about it. So on the... where is he? There he is. So yeah, on the Awakened side, so when this card attacks, draw 1, then you may choose 1 of your non-token, non-black battle cards placed in your drop area, and if you do so, your opponent chooses 1 card in their hand and place it in their drop area. So that's really good. Being able to have kind of things to blow up for this effect is nice. And then also, activate once per turn, choose 1 card in your hand, place it in your drop area, then choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards and KO it. So some loopy things you can do with this is... So your opponent could have something on the field, so you discard, you just discard something and blow it up, and then you get this, you would get the Frieza out for free, the Surprise Attack Frieza like this one, And then after you play this card, you swing with it. So now you've got a 15k crit going in, bam. And then you swing with your leader and blow up your surprise stack Frieza. And then they have to discard another card. So that just for like what, no energy and having 2 cards, you get 2 swings, one of them critical, blow up one of their cards, and make them discard a card from their hand. And then you also get to draw one. So I think that's really good and lends itself to it. But also just the ability to summon a lot of guys already, because you can use like Dimension Support Trunks for what? For 1, you get 2 guys out, and it could be like this, a 20k crit guy here, and then you swing with it, and you can swing with leader, and then discard a card from their hand. So there's just a lot of stuff like that. So I think that's good. But I would definitely think the surprise stack Frieza should find a home here. I think those cards are really good, especially since you're already kind of doing crit and hand control stuff. Being able to use it with Supreme Kai East Supreme Kai is great, and I think that's about it. It's kind of weird to have Roshi. Roshi's the 4 life. That's fine actually. If it was like the Sparking 5, that'd be a bit trickier with Dimension Support Trunks. But I think it's okay. I think you can maybe pop 1 or 2 of these. These cards are really good, but I'm not sure if they overlap. I'd say you can take one of these guys out. I'd be curious to see how good the Broly engine is. It could be really good at finishing. It's just hard to say. Like turn 3, So you play this for 3, and then turn 4 you pay for 2, and then for another 2. That can actually be really powerful, but it takes all of your energy on turn 3 and then all your energy on turn 4. So I'm not sure. I'd have to play with this deck some more, but I could say I would be interested to see how good this Broly package actually is. But I'd say the only other unfortunate thing of this is that there's not another 20k vanilla green card. I could be wrong, and we both could have missed it, but I think these are the only choices. So this Yamcha is kind of sucky, but it is Yamcha, right? And maybe you can just kind of flex on people with how cool he is. But yeah, there's that. I know previously he had more of them, and I think toning it down to 1 is great. So there's that. And then lastly, Miguel sent me this one. This is not in any way an original deck, but I think it was a good segue to kind of talk about my own versions and feelings on this kind of lemon lime kind of stuff going on. And I've experimented with other leaders, but I don't think I've made one. I've at least publicly made one with the Golden Frieza one in mind. So let's just jump into it. So we've got so the big thing with this leader is that he's able to take advantage of all these 1 and 2 drop Frieza's army, and we got like a bunch of new Frieza army stuff. And so being able to abuse his pop and untap and draw ability, I think is really great, and just offers kind of a game plan. I'd say the only thing that I sometimes feel with this deck is we don't have a really good finisher. Especially like the yellow Broly chain I think is cool, and it has like some fancy stuff that you can do, but it doesn't finish the game. It just kind of stalls it out for you, right? Because the paralyzing presence, you can summon it for 2 if in the right conditions of having 3 cards untapped. Yeah, 3 or more cards in rest mode between you and your opponent. It's 15k for 2k for 2. That's fine, and then you can choose one of your opponent's cards, and it doesn't untap next turn, so that's okay. Then there's the 7 drop, which you can evolve for 2 yellow on the 4 drop. And then if the total number of cards in rest mode between you and your opponents are 6 or more, reduce the energy cost of this card in your hand by 3. And so you can make this a 4 drop if you want, but when you play this card, you can only activate skills on cards that are green or yellow, and no other cards for the duration of the turn, so there's that. And then also choose 1 card from your hand and place it in your drop area, and then choose up to 1 of your opponent's cards in rest mode, and that card can't be switched to active mode until the end of your opponent's turn. So that's really good for locking down energy and leaders as well. So that's great. And then there's the 9 drop. I think you can come up for 5, right? Yeah, you can reduce the energy by 4. So yes, you can come up for 5. But yeah, so he pretty much what he does is he just blows up something in rest, which is like, oh, okay, you can blow up battle cards, but you can also blow up energy. You can't blow up the leader. Not that that would really do anything, but yeah, you could blow up energy if needed. So, but in my opinion and experience, I think you have to discard a card for this too, right? Yeah, you have to discard a card as well. But this can be really powerful, and pretty much putting your opponent's card in rest mode, assuming that you win next turn, is the same thing as destroying it too. So, but it is a shame that this is just a big 30k with no like crit or double strike. That would have been really great. Anyways, enough about those Broly's. Yeah, so the idea with this is that you just play a bunch of these little guys and you gain advantage by using the leader ability and going from there. And you can also get, like, you cheat out stuff with Frieza's call as well. So you can choose one with 2 or less and just play it for free. So something you could do is you can get like this Limo out for free, and if you have a Chile out, they discard a card, and then after that you just use Frieza's effect to pitch him, and then you get to draw one and untap an energy. And you can also do some stuff on, like, you always want to awaken with this leader on your turn because you can do like the double tap pop and just get a swing of advantage. It's really, really good. But I'm trying to think what kind of saucy sauce I would like to add to this one. I think this Paragus Deadly Premonition is really great, especially if you're running this yellow Broly stuff. So what he does is he looks top 5 for Broly, and then also when he's sent to if he's removed from the battlefield because of a skill, from battle area by a skill, and your leader card's a green. Oh, it's a green Frieza's army. Never mind. I thought it was just it was just a Frieza's army, because if this could just untap an energy for free as well, like being able to untap 2 would be broken, but that's not the case. So, but you are able to look for a Brawly BR card and in the top 5, so I could see that being good. But I thought I misread it the first time, so I don't think he's needed. Cold Bloodless is fine at 2. I think you can run more than that. Frieza's Call I think should be at 4. Frieza Biding His Time is a really good card, especially because it can, disrupt Tau, which would be great. Something else I could see people running. Let's look at Frieza's army cards. There's one I had in mind. Look at that. I went to edit this time. I'm learning. The 4th and final deck for this. So let's go to what? Frieza's army. So if we look at green and yellow, so we can't really use that one. Paragus to Sacrifice. I guess that could be worth it. Choose one green card in your battle area other than this card. Place in your drop area, draw 1 card. So that kind of help, I guess, but not super much. He wouldn't really do anything. Energy Barrage Frieza. That could be really good. So it's a double strike barrier. When you play this card, you can choose one of your opponent's card with barrier, ignoring barrier, and KO it. People aren't super running Deadly Defenders right now, but if you're worried of them, I think this would be a good card. We just need like a really good win condition, yeah? I'd say that's like the biggest thing with this deck. I don't think the 9-drop's a great win condition. I mean, you get a lot of value from a lot of things, but you don't really win. So let's look at what would be like a good win condition. Let's see. I mean, okay, Super 17 I could see being really good. Just because you're able to play this. You have to have 3 green energy. So that can be a bit of a tough thing to do. But if you're able to get him out, you just drop 2 cards, your opponent drops 2 cards, and then you have an uncounterable attack, which feels really good. What else is there? What else could we abuse? Let's look at the yellow stuff. Jackie Chun, that must be it. That's what we've been looking for. Yeah, I mean, like, this Mecha Frieza can be good too. No, not that one. Where is he? Like, oh yeah, Clan of Player. This could be really good. Being able to look at your opponent's hand and take something else. That could help you finish the game as well. And Frieza's army is a big 20k double strike. Occupation, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I've had such a hard time. Like, even if you could always just do like bam, it's boost Shroud of Mystery if you have like a really grindy version of it, but I don't know. I think you get enough advantage and stuff from the cards. I just don't. I wish there was kind of some like something that you're kind of ending with, right? And let's see. If we go to Broly. Because, like, if we go to, what, the 7 drop? Or if we go to the 4 drop, rushing fourth. When this card is removed from battle area by a skill, you may choose 2 cards in your hand, place in the drop area. To do so, choose up to 1 green Broly BR card. And do you have to have a green... to 1... Okay. That could be... There's some potential there, right? That could be... It's because it's a big 20k critical, and then you can go into the 7 drop, and 7 drop's good at finishing stuff. That's, yeah, that's janky enough if you want to do it. I don't know. I don't think... You don't need a Broly thing, right? Because if you get Tragic Awakening, you need green Frieza's army. Yeah, that'd be cool. And then you could run the 8 drop, right? You just need a 7 or more. Yeah, there you go. Boom. There's a big old thing. Let's see. Yeah. That could be something. I don't know. I'm just filling up the video now. Just padding it. You know it. You know what I do. Nah, it's fine. So yeah, I think this deck's cool. I don't think the 9 drop should exist, and I don't think the 1 drop should be in here for sure. I'm not really sure. Yeah, I don't know. It's the big reason I don't play this deck is because I don't feel like there's a giant win condition at the end. It just kind of aggro's out, and hopefully you win. I could see. Oh, do you not have any double strike? Double strike could be really good in this deck, to be honest. That could help you finish off. So I'd say like a Champa could help you a lot, especially since you have some critical. You don't have a lot. And this Mass Sand could be really good. I mean, like, if you just want to finish the game, like, Mira and Champa can be really good. If you're finding a really hard time finishing the game, you could do that, and then also have, like, Bad Ring Laser or something to help with negates. I don't know. This is supposed to kind of be like a mid-range value, just kind of knock your opponent, but yeah, maybe even another Cold Bloodlust. I don't know. Nimbus might even be good. I'm just spouting cards at this time, but yeah, I think this card deck has potential. I don't have any more ideas, to be honest, but yeah, I'd say thank you guys all for reaching out. These are all really creative decks. I really do like seeing all these, and I do appreciate you all reaching out to me with them to kind of get my ideas and gauges for them. So sorry it took so long. Like, some of you guys sent me this like 3 weeks ago, and I'm just getting around to it. Hopefully I was pretty burnt out with all the celebration discussion and stuff, but I should be good when I get back from Dallas, and I hope you can expect some more content from then. But I think that's going to be it for me. So thank you for everyone who sent me decks. If you'd like to send me a deck, there's my email address in the description below. Just send me a link of some kind. I would rather you send me a link. I don't want to like put it in manually. So if you go to either DBS Decks or Shenron's Lair to give me the deck, that would be greatly appreciated. And that'll be it. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you all next time.